Well, it hasn't happened that many times over the last 20 to 25 years that Tennessee has beaten Florida. So why did it not feel good? Tennessee drops from 8 to 11 in the polls. They get a win over the Gators. They're 5-1, still in great position to make the playoffs. But why did it not feel good? We'll talk about that next in the Food City Locker Room, presented by Garza Law. This is the Players Show. So we had this rule, Swain's rule, that said that the only time that I wear the orange jacket is if Tennessee beats Alabama, Georgia, or Florida. Tennessee beats Florida, but I'm not wearing an orange jacket. You know why? Did I make it clear? Because it didn't feel good.
I feel good.
I feel great.
Y'all felt good about Saturday night.
Tennessee wears all these alternate uniforms, right? There's 3 games where you wear the normal orange uniform.
What's number 1?
Florida,
number 2,
Alabama,
number 3.
Georgia.
No, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
But answer my question. Did it feel good?
The feeling in the game did not feel good. The end result, which is what we care about, felt amazing. Swain and I texted after the game. We talked about it before the game. He said, "Do you think we'll win?" I said, "Yeah." Didn't matter how we got there, but the W is all that matters.
Well, offensively, this is who we are right now, and so defensively, playing outstanding, and it's about
100%.
finding a way to win. It's not like you beat Florida every single time you play them.
Nope.
So be happy, be grateful, be thankful you beat Florida because it hasn't happened that much.
So let's start
I'm happy.
let's start with the positives, okay? Let's start with the defensive side, and they roll this right on cue. This defense is as good as we've seen in a long time. They're deep, they're nasty. We've got Jaxson Moi in studio, defensive lineman. You got to like where Tennessee is defensively.
Without our defense, we don't win that game. I think they kept us in the game. We got to see a lot of pressure. We got to see Big O play with emotion. We got to see Arion Carter make a play. We got to see a lot of guys make plays, and I think that got the crowd in the game and that kept us in the game. When you see the defense going out and making plays, making splash plays, making interceptions, getting the ball turned over.
Early in the season, I said that this defense, along with the offense, who were playing better at the time, this was a championship caliber team. Right now, not really a championship caliber team, but this defense allows this entire team to have a chance to win every football game that they play or be in any football game that they play. This defense is special this year.
You know, I think it kind of speaks to that when you see Coach Heupel go for it, backed up in the first half on his own 10-yard line. Very scary.
Was
very
that a testament to the
play.
defense or a testament of he was desperate?
Well, I think it was desperate as well, but at the end of the day, if you heard him speak after the game, he said he talked to Tim Banks about it as well. So he talked to him and he communicated with him about what he was thinking about doing, and at the end of the day, even if we do give the ball back right there, I think he felt confident that our defense could give up 3 points as opposed to a touchdown to push it. But he knew where we were in the game. And it was desperate. It was a desperate call that I think he had to make.
So can I ask you this? The reason I said it didn't feel good, does winning defensively just not feel as good as winning with big offensive explosions? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for some reason, like, we are in this PlayStation mentality culture now that, like, it's all about points and it's all about throwing the ball for a lot of yards. Obviously, it wasn't pretty, but again, you found a way to win. And that's all that matters to me.
Finding a way to win, I think special teams played a key role. I think us punting the ball in certain situations where typically we might have gone for it is a big deal. But at the end of the day, you found a way to win the game. I think we've had a long time where you had games that went to overtime. You had games that did different things, and you didn't find a way.
Hey,
our team found it.
Hey, biggest number on there, look at Florida on 3rd down. And that is a testament to your defense.
100%. I mean, when you can get pressure 5 of 15, and again, the red zone scores as well. It's tough in the red zone, and I think it shrinks down so your defense is allowed to get a little bit more pressure. And I think we saw our guys step up and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the red zone stat is the biggest stat for me because for the second time this year, the defense is forced to fumble, at the 1-yard line. Like, happened to OU, happened last night for Tennessee, and Arion Carter gets a pick, but they had to set up for field goals. They had a penalty where it was a 10-second runoff, and they couldn't even get a field goal off. 50% in the red zone, that's a bad number for Florida.
You know, I think Coach Napier was obviously coaching for his livelihood, and I think he made some questionable calls there in the game, especially late in the game, where I think he didn't make the right decision. I think Coach Heupel kind of pushed the right buttons. He had confidence in our guys to go out and make the play.
I think one thing that we have to keep in mind is that football right now with the playoff feels so different. When you talk about the basketball tournament is survive and advance. Zakai Zeigler knows all about that. That's what he does. You survive and advance. But you feel like right now in football, it is survive week to week. Vanderbilt's playing as good as anybody right now.
You know, we had this text last night between you and I. you got to just survive and move on. And at the end of the day, with the parity that's in our league, Mississippi State scored 31 on Georgia yesterday. So there's a lot of different parity. There's a lot of different things going on. And at the end of the day, you win a big game against someone who you hadn't won in a long time and beat them consistently in a long time. You've won back-to-back against them at Neyland Stadium.
I mean, offensively, Tennessee is close. I mean, there were some big plays that was really close to happening. You had Squirrel White, who had a really good game, battled injury. Last week gets hurt against Arkansas, but there was like a few offensive plays that, if connected, would have busted this game wide open. But you were really close, closer this week than you were last week.
And you say closer this week than last week. I agree with exactly what you're saying, Swain. There's probably 6, 7 plays in there, whether it's a penalty or there's an overthrow, whether it's something that if you just hold up, you make that play, this game's completely different. I think the crowd gets into it, and you have a completely different outcome early.
So I'm going to do something a little different here, guys in the back. I'm going to go ahead and toss to break. And the reason is because I want more time for the next segment, because I want to discuss, does the fact that players are getting paid change our expectations? Does it change the expectations of whether it's okay for fans to boo? There's a number of things to discuss because it didn't feel good. That's when we come back on the Food City Locker Room, presented by Garza Law.
Zakai Zeigler's appearance on The Locker Room is brought to you by Lakewood Capital Group.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set.
What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
I was coming home and a lady hit me head on. It totaled my car. It fractured my right heel and it bruised me up really badly. The Garza Law firm, they were very compassionate, but yet they were very detailed. They didn't let me down. They never stopped fighting. It helped me regain confidence in law firms. I would definitely recommend the Garza Law firm.
The Garza Law firm. Let us help.
Hey, Sterling, man, come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
go. Hey, Sterling, you ready to go to the top? Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now, this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City, NPG Brain and Concussion, Knoxville Smiles, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
You know, they say don't do the show in the parking lot. Sometimes don't do the show in the commercial break because it was good stuff. Here's my question that I said before the break, and I mean this. Does it change things of the expectations of fans and former players, okay, when you know that players are cashing the checks that they're cashing, you've got a 10% talent fee being added to what you're paying as a fan, the crowd's booing, does it change your expectation of a left or right tackle or a quarterback or whoever? Does it change the expectations?
Yes, absolutely. You know, if you know, and we know the tackles, and we know the quarterbacks, and we know, certain positions, they get paid a lot more than every other position. It's just the way it is. And when those positions are not performing well, and you know they're getting paid, it definitely changed expectations.
But you don't think the crowd was booing those guys?
I don't think the crowd was booing players. I think the crowd was booing play calling and the decision to run the football on third down. And you have to understand, when you're backed up, you got to be really careful. Punting is a good thing. Chris Brown made a really good point during the break that when you're backed up, you want to get 1 first down at minimum and then be able to punt. Now, you want to drive the ball the length of the football field, but at minimum, you want at least 1 first down and then punt so you can flip the field position and win the hitting yardage game.
I mean, I think statistically, like you just said, when you're backed up and you got to go 95-plus yards, it is very hard to do that. I think Coach Heupel and our guys know our tackles are struggling right now, right? So the last thing you want, drop back in the end zone, get a safety, get a penalty, something like that, and now you have a safety and you're giving them the ball back. So backed up, you have to run the ball. You have to do a lot of different things that are different. And, again, I agree with Swain. The play calling, I think, could have been a little bit different. These guys obviously know they need to play better, but at the end of the day, we got the W.
So let me ask you this question, the play calling. From where I sit, I wonder if the play calling on a 3rd down and 12 is because you don't have the confidence in the passing game to call the pass on a 3rd down and 12, so you run the football up the middle 3 or 4 times. That's where the boos came in. But you've got to go back to the question, is there a lack of confidence in the offense?
There's a lack of confidence. And again, I mean, there's a lack of confidence.
I mean, obviously there is.
And being able to hold up. And I think, again, we saw earlier when we went to the 12 sets and we had the 2 tight ends, I think we have to figure out a way just to incorporate. There's a lot of things you can do when your tackles are struggling. Listen, they're struggling. That's okay. You can chip. You can bring other guys in. You can have the tight end there to kind of hold up and make sure that the guy's just not getting a free rush. These guys need to accept that, but they also just need to accept the challenge and know you're the left tackle and you're the right tackle, and you're protecting Nico. If you can give him time, he'll make some plays.
I'm going to go back to my question. Sorry, I'm going to go back to my question. I won't name an offensive lineman in the past name, but I used to call this one guy the Matador. And the reason is because every time they would snap the ball, he would literally go, ole, and he would let the dude run past and sack the quarterback. I'm not going to call him out. He may be watching right now. He wasn't getting paid, at least publicly he wasn't. Maybe he was. So now that we know that they're getting paid what they are, does it change the expectations because now you're professional athletes?
Yes, 100%. If you're the left tackle, whether you're at Tennessee, whether you're at Florida, no matter where you go to the league,
you're
the
making
left tackle, you're making bank. You're supposed to protect that guy, so the expectation is you're that dude.
We expect a lot from our coaches who are getting paid a lot of money, right? So if you know the players are getting a lot of money, you expect them to perform as well.
Is that why a win over Florida, where it was okay when you guys went down there and Casey Clausen threw a Hail Mary at Florida and that was the first touchdown and you won 7-3 and it was okay. And now you win this game and you're like, golly, come on.
Man, I think that's a you problem. I think that's a fan problem. Like, you beat Florida. Like, at the end of the day, you beat Florida. Are you playing the way you want to be playing? Absolutely not. But you won the game.
We're 5-1.
You're 5-1.
Going into Alabama. You lost the game you shouldn't have lost. You're 5-1. Again, the feeling is we won the game. The game didn't feel good. It didn't feel good the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter. Felt a little good when we scored a couple touchdowns.
Does this seem good enough to make the playoff?
Not right now. But let's not pretend like you feel the same this week as you did last week. Last week, we lost. This week, you won. So why are we feeling the same? That makes no sense to me.
Alabama struggled against South Carolina. They're coming in here coming off of a loss against
Vanderbilt.
And they should have lost against South Carolina. So ultimately, you have to win the game. There's parity in the SEC. Vanderbilt's winning games. Teams are getting better there.
How about Vanderbilt?
I mean, all you can do is win and survive.
Ole Miss lost twice. Poor Lane Kiffin.
Poor Lane Kiffin. I feel sorry for him.
100%.
That was a joke, by the way.
Well, we don't. Lane can stay where he's at.
All right, I think we're bringing Zakai in now.
Let's do
it. We're going to make a transition right here.
Hey, Zakai, don't win close games because it's going to feel like a
loss. If you beat Kentucky by 1 point,
it won't be good enough.
Sorry, they got a new coach.
That's not true. What we were talking about with Zakai is if they're booing when he's still out there and he's just not making shots, they're booing Rick Barnes for leaving him in. Okay, Zakai, do you understand the question that I've got here?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but still, I don't feel like they was booing the players.
It was the coaches.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because when it's with us in TBA, I feel like they booed us a few times. Not too many times. I feel like I counted on my fingers, but it was never towards players.
Okay. Yeah, again, Zakai, I think players play, obviously. I mean, coaches coach. Coach Barnes is obviously a very tough coach with you guys. Talk about the differences in, like, when somebody's getting on you and you know you got to come out and you got to make that clutch play. How do you guys kind of receive his message in the huddle and kind of go out and put that on the court?
Yeah, well, we always just lean on each other because, you know, what Coach Barnes puts us through in practice, it prepares us not only for basketball but for life. Last year, I like to bring this up. When we went to Alabama, the whole stadium was all white and red, and they was all they was all booing us, and it was just us versus them, and that's our motto for everything. And Coach Barnes just sets us up for that, times like that.
See, I sense you're a guy that likes to be booed.
Yeah, that is true. When people talk trash to me or like try to bark at me, it starts just amping me up.
Sounds good. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back to Food City player perspective. You've got Jaxson Moi, defensive lineman, who is now an eligible receiver on offense. That's when we come back here on the Food City Locker Room.
The Locker Room is brought to you by Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, D1 Training, Lakewood Capital Group, Ted Russell Ford, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop.
Where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama ZZ approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Man, come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, Sterl, you ready to go to the top? Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make your smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training. We know in 2024, convenience is king, so we have locations not just in Hardin Valley, but now one in Maryville, in Farragut, and in Morristown, with more soon to come. So keep an eye out. We want to bring D1 Sports Training to everyone in East Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jody Griffin. I'm a dentist here in Knoxville, Tennessee. In 22, I had a wakeboard tower hit me on the head and give me a concussion. In my office, I show x-rays to my patients so they can see their teeth. I needed somebody to do the same thing for my brain, so I went to MPG. They did an EEG of my brain, and they were able to show me the activity of my brain and give me a diagnosis and a treatment plan. So I choose MPG because brains is what they do, and that's all they do.
Time now for the Food City Player's Perspective. A look inside the locker room with the Vols.
Yeah, and also brought to you by Lakewood Capital Group. Now, basketball season is just a couple of weeks away as far as exhibition play. We were talking about that with Zakai. But, Zakai, you've got one of the stalwarts on the defensive side. That's Jaxson Moi, the transfer from Stanford. Take it away.
First off, appreciate you coming on the show today. Bro. You could have been doing anything else. But first off, I know you're a transfer. How long did it take you to get used to, like, the Tennessee culture and fan base?
Yeah, I was definitely nervous at first coming in, but I think just my teammates, my D-line room, they did a great job of just making me feel at home. So it really didn't take too long. So I'm just very thankful for those guys and how they brought me in since day one.
Yeah, well, shoot, me, I'm the exact opposite. I felt like it took me a little while. It was just two different lifestyles I was going to. Yeah. But I heard that you now eligible receiver. Do you think in the future we can see you getting a pass?
Man, well, we'll see. We'll see. But as of now, I'm cool with just, lead blocking for my guy D-Samp.
But we got to make that happen. But
that'd be
if
awesome.
They do throw you the pass, though, do you got hands to catch it?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course,
and if you get in that end zone, you got to dance. So what you going to do? You think you can bust a move?
Yeah, me and Big O, we've been practicing some moves, keep it classy, but, show them a little something.
Yo, it's crazy. Me in the locker room, we always talk about like if we scored a touchdown, what dance we could do. I can't dance. I wish I could dance. I always said I always my whole life growing up just wish I could dance.
Yeah.
I know you're from the West Coast, like, and this is two different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
What do you miss most from home?
Man, I'd really say I miss the beach and I miss my family mostly, but I love Tennessee, like, other than my family and, my family, I love Tennessee and just the vibe that it has and just.
No, I definitely feel that. Yeah, I miss a lot of my family from back home, and sometimes they come down as a little trip from New York, but still they could watch from afar.
Definitely.
They can watch from afar. I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
What's your cheat day meal? I would love to know that.
Cheat day meal, man.
Because I know it's two different ones for me and you.
Yeah, I'd probably say after a game, I gotta go with the old reliable Cane's.
Okay.
No, it's a little.
Oh.
I know it's nothing crazy. It's.
Cane's
I
is good.
know a lot
I
of
ain't
people
gonna lie.
think it's overrated,
Cane's is good.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of fast food?
I try not to as much. I know I'm a big guy, but I do try to eat clean throughout the week. But
they try to put me on a diet. I was strength coach. Yeah. He put me on a seafood diet. Seafood, eat food. That's what he kept on telling me.
Yeah.
Until my freshman year, they called me. I remember this was after I had like the little house fire situation. Yeah. And I think I was stress eating, and I don't really do that, but I think I was. The strength coach, he asked me to come, and I asked him to go get me my food from downstairs at DoorDash when we was on the road. And he comes back, I had Chick-fil-A, I had 3 sweet teas, large sweet teas, cookies, chicken sandwich. I had all this food.
Got that fast metabolism.
Yeah, and
must be nice.
And that's the thing. I told him, I was like, yo, I don't feel no difference in the game.
Yeah.
You think before the game, if you have a big meal, it'll mess you up?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It will?
I don't have a strong stomach. I'm not one of you fast metabolism guys, so I don't have that luxury. But
yeah, man, I can have whatever before the game.
Yeah.
I have Chick-fil-A, Burger King, it don't matter. But I appreciate you coming on the show.
Of course, man.
Now we got to toss the ball back to Lil Mark over there.
Yes,
sir. Go ahead, Jason.
Jaxson, what's the difference between Stanford, Tennessee, and explain a little bit to us like the atmosphere last night in the Florida game?
Yeah, I'd say definitely the fan base and the support from the state and, our Vol community. It's just, everyone is so passionate when it comes to football and just athletics in general. They're a very passionate fan base, and I think last night it was really my first real taste of what that SEC atmosphere is like in conference rivalry games. So, I'm just very blessed to be a part of it and, to help contribute a little bit as much as I can.
Jaxson, we're very happy to have you, man. I read your little bio before you got here. It said you like sushi. What's your favorite sushi roll?
Man, I'd probably say just a simple crunch roll from, back home. I miss the sushi back home for sure.
Sushi nasty.
I grew up on it.
Listen, one last question. Jaxson, this is for you, okay? Who's a better defensive player, you or Zakai?
Man, I got to give it to my guy Zakai, man. He's made his name, so I'm just trying to build my name too, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that D-line coach better, yeah.
Hey, Jaxson, thanks for coming in. Zakai, we'll consider whether we want you to come back or not.
I got you, little Mark. I hear you.
Okay, here we go. Hey, by the way, if you would like to support the charity that is Zakai's Assist, you're going to hear a lot more about this. Threads has come in, UT has come in. You can buy your Get Nealon Loud shirts, your Raise the Roof at Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. You can buy those shirts, and they're going to have the QR code to help benefit Zakai's nephews who suffer from hydrocephalus. It's a fluid on the brain, and you can make donations there for research and development in the care of hydrocephalus. It is Zakai's Assist. When we come back, what are those Garza keys to the game to get ready for Alabama? That's when we come back on the Food City Locker Room, and it is presented by Garza Law.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash, your West Knoxville State Farm agent. I've been here in the Renaissance for 17 years, and I'd love to help your young football players or anyone with their car insurance, home insurance, and life insurance. Give me a call at Laura Ash State Farm.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama Zizi approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hi, I'm David Ball, National Sales Manager here at Legend Fitness. Legend Fitness has been built on longevity and quality. Our racks are fully welded and has the least amount of bolts in the industry, made to stand up to the test of time. Because at Legend Fitness, we deliver quality and we want our customers to be Legend strong.
Hey, Tim Hoskins here from Covenant Sports Medicine. I'm the corporate manager of sports medicine, and I want to speak a little bit to our community partners and relationships that we have. We partner with FC Alliance Soccer, LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge, Johnson University, numerous high schools in and around the area, AAU basketball, Morristown Landing, travel hockey, volleyball, lacrosse, you name it, we're probably involved. What a lot of people don't know about Covenant Health is we're a nonprofit, community-based healthcare delivery system. We provide services in your community. If you ever need help with some event medicine or sporting event, scan the QR code at the bottom. Covenant Health, our mission is to improve lives through better health.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
Keys to Victory is brought to you by Garza Law.
Okay, Chris, here we go. Alabama, Tennessee. Is this a play-out game for the playoff? I don't know.
Listen, I play with a guy named Jaxson Moi. This
You
boy,
did?
he's from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
I know how he gets when they play Alabama. He gets all riled up. This is the week. So protection of Nico obviously is huge. We have to be able to protect them. We know Bama's going to do what they have to do. Make sure our defense continues to be elite. You have to come in. This game's going to be at home. Crowd will be able to stay in the game. And somebody else has to step up besides D. Samp. I mean, I know we do what we do from Louisiana, but somebody else is going to have to come in, make some plays, and be able to make some plays, Wayne.
No, absolutely. You mentioned protecting the quarterback. Very, very important. I think defensively, we got to create some turnovers. Got to win the turnover margin for sure. I think it's important for us to throw the ball for over 250 yards. You look at Alabama's weakness so far this year. They're not doing the best job in their pass defense. Vanderbilt was successful against them. Georgia was successful against them there in the second half. For Tennessee, you got to get going in the passing game. I think it's important for Dylan Sampson to continue what he's been doing, 125 yards, whether it's all-purpose or just on the ground or whatever. Your best player got to be your best player in big games. So if we do those things, Tennessee has a chance to win. I think our defense gives us a chance to win the game.
You know, I don't ever get to do keys to game, but I'm going to share a couple of thoughts just because, you know, we got 45 seconds. I think you've got to create with your defense. You've got to create something with your defense. And I think offensively, you've got to learn from the film. If there's ever a time, and you guys know this better than I do, you got to look at the film and you got to learn from it. And you got to know what the plan is for Saturday.
100%. You have to know what to do and go out and just execute the plan. Bama will be here before we know it, and I think our guys will be ready to play and the crowd will be ready. So show up and be ready to go, Neelan.
And who knows, maybe Jaxson Moi will catch a touchdown. Thanks to him for coming in this week. We'll see you next week right here in the Food City Locker Room presented by Garza Law.